Hey guys, Geek Boulevard back again with another film review, this one being Civil War. I'm just getting back from checking it out. I will be getting into spoilers later in the video, so if you want to skip that portion, you can go to the timestamps that I've placed down below, skip to the end where I give my overall thoughts and score. Civil War is written and directed by Alex Garland. It is rated R with a runtime of 1 hour and 49 minutes. In a dystopian future America, a team of military-embedded journalists race against time to reach Washington, D.C. before rebel factions descend upon the White House. First thing I gotta point out, our main cast does a fantastic job on screen with portraying how this war starts to really affect them in very different ways. Kirsten Dunst plays Lee Smith, a battle-hardened photojournalist who has seen more death than she wants to admit, and she's steeled herself because of that. At the end of the day, getting that shot is what matters, because in her mind, that shot is what's going to spring others into action to do something. Wagner Moura plays Joel, a journalist from Florida looking to interview the president. Wagner portrayed Joel with such a realistic take that as the film goes on, you see how unraveled he starts to become from seeing all of this fighting and death as they get closer and closer to DC. Kaylee Spaney stars as Jesse Cullen, who is an aspiring photojournalist who looks up to Lee as her hero, her idol, and wants to be, just like her, to get those money shots that will give meaning to her name. She tags along on this dangerous journey to get some more exposure in the field. Stephen McKinley Henderson stars in this film as Sammy, and he does such a great job. Every minute that he was on screen, it was great. He is a journalist from the New York Times who also comes along to get the story on the front line in DC. He doesn't want to go anywhere near where Joel and Lee are going. He doesn't want any part of that because to him that's just way too dangerous. He was fantastic in this, and it makes me a little mad that his scenes were cut from Dune Part 2 because Denis shot scenes with him in it, but because the film was just so big, it just seemed like his scenes just didn't really fit in with the overall scope of the story, so they had to cut his scenes out. Yeah, it was nice to see him get some hefty screen time in this one. Cinematographer Rob Hardy teams up again with Garland to provide some really striking imagery of just the horrors of war, and his shots say so much when showing very little. Now, when those big moments do come though, they stick around. There's unsettling scenes of hanging bodies and mass graves. It almost feels like how real photojournalists would be when they would take shots of these grisly images on the battlefield. The money shot for me though was when our main cast is driving through this forested area at night, and the trees are all lit up, they're all on fire, and you can see just the embers burning in the night sky. They're just illuminated, and they kind of shower over the car as the shot is kind of going in slow motion. That was a really symbolic setup for that basically America is burning. Also, the use of the still photos throughout the movie that we see the characters take solidify those tense feelings that I felt while watching, because war is scary and you're gonna see a lot of scary images of war, of dead bodies, and you do see a lot of that here, and it almost feels like something you would see out of a history book. It was really well implemented. Okay, so it is time to get into some spoilers for the final portion of the film, so if you don't want to know what happens, I suggest you skip this section and go to my overall thoughts and score. So our cast makes it to DC despite having some casualties on the way there. Sammy gets hit by a stray bullet from one of the rebel factions and succumbs to his wound. Jesse almost gets killed by a terrifying portrayal from Jesse Plemons, but hey, they made it. The president, who is played by none other than Nick Offerman, because it just makes sense, is about to surrender to the Western Forces, which is the team up of Texas and California, and Lee, Joel, and Jesse take it upon themselves to get some photos, to get coverage. The way that Lee and Jesse kind of switch roles later in this part of the film, I thought was pretty great. I mean, Jesse started out as this scared person who couldn't really take the shot of a dead body, but by the end, she's getting near explosions and almost risking her life every single time, just trying to get that one good photo. Lee, on the other hand, who starts out very cold and a little mean at times, slowly starts to become more like Jesse and starts to feel more human by the end of it, as she starts like wincing and almost on the verge of tears from all the gunshots and the loud sounds and explosions. What solidified this change in personalities was when Lee risks her life to save Jesse, as Jesse was a little too cocky in the moment in trying to get a good photo while they were in the White House, and Lee basically pushes her out of the way while getting shot herself in the process and dying from her injuries. Jesse even takes her picture right as she gets shot. Kind of fucked up. I thought that inverse of the two characters by the end was well done. Overall, I'm giving Civil War a score of 5 out of 5. A powerful cast of characters, a gripping, intense, cautionary tale of what could happen if America had another civil war. But what did you guys think of Civil War? Did you enjoy it? Did you hate it? Let me know your thoughts down in the comments below. And don't forget, if you like this video, give it a thumbs up. It always helps out the channel. And subscribe. Get notified when my next film review is gonna drop. Thanks for watching, guys, and until next time, keep it classy and keep it geeky.
Go, 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 go!
God bless America.